Hello there, welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. In the last episode what we did was we reached the docklands. We're going to go explore. We've got to find some constitution so I can look at this dead body without vomiting everywhere. So I can become a good cop and solve murders. Also, we're not drinking and we're not smoking, we're trying to be good. Which doesn't mean you're bad if you do smoke or drink. It means that if you're an alcoholic you probably shouldn't. Let's have a look at this wall.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
Okay, so if I can get incredible conceptualization, I might be able to answer why I'm looking at the wall. Take all of that. On the other side of this place. Garden hose. This won't be of use until the snow melts. Right. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. And there's a fed orange bum hat. These barrels are half full of rainwater. Now, I can't get there until I get through there. At least I'm pretty sure I can pull that off, but I can't do it yet. Right, so let's try and go up here then. I think I have to go through here to get out there, but yeah, I can't. Okay, let's go through here then. There must be another way into the building. A balcony with a view to the yard and the hanging. That smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. Okay, well I've got to get up there first, but I will try. Rue de Songus Lane, roundabout north. Cape Side Apartments. Okay, check the bin.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
Yeah? What? Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair and the tools used to disassemble it.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Knock knock, bitch.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock knock, bitch.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Hold on, who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
This is the police. Open the door.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
The hallways echo with her cackle. But I'm not joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
Right.
Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
She trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Kim, tell him we're real policemen.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
The lieutenant repeats dutifully.
There is no reply. Just faint, sweeping sounds inside.
Right. No dice. Looks like there was some more construction here at once decades ago. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Songus Lane 33A. Your room in the Whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all of your life. A striking woman leans against the cabin top.
Woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will. Gladly.
Right.
That is good to hear, madame.
He
My
opens his
colleague
notebook.
will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Okay. She doesn't care that I have a medical episode. Depends what I ask, I guess. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do? I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
Okay, so what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things.
Okay, so there's airships in this world.
And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
Okay.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo-tribes remain.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
She does not register the real meaning of the remark. Got it. Tell me something
She
else.
nods.
I know they have a shit ton of money. I don't need to ask. What can you tell me about the strike?
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
I see. What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labour Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Well, you seem to be doing a lot of work right now.
No way. She's more. She can make decisions.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
I see.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-metre-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
How are the talks going before the lynching? Or tell us more about this behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organisation now.
Yeah, how are the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCN.
So we're in March now, or possibly yeah, they're in the middle of February in the first week of March.
But the strike began in December.
He looks at his notes.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
They want half the company, right?
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
What happened to this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it?
Lock himself? She pauses to compose herself.
Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
I see. That's not cool.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union.
What are their demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
Seems like they have no idea about business.
In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
You can't have a board where every single worker is a member of the board. You can have every single member have shares in the company to incentivize them doing well and the company doing well, but it doesn't work like that. Most of them probably don't even know what that means.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
Right, that seems like a bureaucratic nightmare.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
The workers can't be kings, the king is king.
That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start.
What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again.
Yeah. So they're not backing down.
And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Yeah.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Yeah, so she heard about the lynching from Mañana, and, well, I guess he wants to be called Call Me Mañana, but that's fine. And then, yeah, so he found out.
Checks out.
Sure. Alright, so tell me about Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
I don't believe that.
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
Oh, great, there are two of them.
Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself outside of the Brothers Clare?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The Brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
She hesitates, looking for the right expression.
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Right, I see.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother.
She turns to you.
And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Let me think. Organising workers to get better treatment is good, and you should do it. The game industry definitely, desperately needs a union of some kind, effective union to stop all the shit that's going on from going on. So if they weren't doing crimes and killing people, then I'd say this one. This is just too reductive. Everything is more complicated than just, oh, they are communist mob, oh, they are fascist mob, oh, it's not. So right now I think they're sucking the life out of Eversholt.
Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers.
This is true. You just emboldened it by giving it more and more power. One more thing, you said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the union. She disappeared.
Oh?
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of extortion, probably.
Indeed. The company suspects foul play. but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
I see.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
The scabs at the gate, did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Fair enough.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Cool, that's all I need to hear. Let's change the
Of
topic.
course. How else can I help?
She has a thermal cup in her hands, like a cup of soup. You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality ruin.
This reality?
Yeah.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I'm conducting a personal investigation into the world I find myself in.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher-detective.
My theory is that his inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They are really one and the same.
Are they now?
The lieutenant cocks one eyebrow.
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
Thank you, Kim.
All right.
You little shit.
We're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Okay. Begin with the first. Where are we?
We're in Martinez, baby.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock.
Yes.
You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
Okay.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities.
Okay, what's the name of the island?
Caillou. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea. Misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch. The Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her and to humanity at large.
Okay. Tell me more about Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders.
Yes.
This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
I see. So that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built the city?
The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
Okay. And when was it built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
Okay, so as far as the city goes, fairly old. Not that old, but relatively. Nearly 500 years ago. Okay. If we're rounding up to the nearest 500. And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
Why here?
We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're pretty much at the centre of the world.
Oh, we're quite a way off. About
She points across the water where the skyscrapers rise.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Okay, let's look to the sea.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Observe the large body of water swelling. Cold.
She observes your eyes scanning the horizon, then breaks the silence, slowly. This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality.
Yes.
Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Thank you.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
That's all for now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else I can do?
What can you tell me about the lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid.
This is helpful to me. She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi, from Precinct 57.
The lieutenant hands her a piece of blue plastic.
And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
Thank you.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
It
Why
was
is that?
stolen by some artist, surely. Best to pin the blame on them. Everyone knows you can't trust artists.
Remember my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak
Shh.
up, please.
Fuck. I could have eaten it for all I know. I'm not going to say I was just drinking and lost it. I'm going to go more existentially mad than that. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, the city, nothing.
Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation.
Thank you for being understanding.
She must have been suspecting something for a while now.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
I am. And I'm getting off the drink.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
I understand.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
I haven't got enough chance. Then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear.
Of course.
The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
Okay. Thank you. That's all for now.
Of course, Detective. Take care.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
I like the idea that inside my head, I fucking ride till I die, bitch.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas.
I don't know what that means.
It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
I guess I've made some gil, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself, are you rich?
Yes, quite.
Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
Well, I'm not going to blame anyone else other than myself. I don't know, why am I so poor?
Because of the taxes. G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as...
We're going for the taxation is theft angle, are we? Okay.
Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol?
I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gotham estate's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking
Yeah.
98% of all your money.
Are you sure? That seems like a pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Deregulation is not the answer. This isn't helping me solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type.
What are you, a racist? Don't be a racist. Be a cool immigrant, ultra-liberal free market advocate. Ride or die. Keep
I'm not
it
sure that
strict.
makes me racist.
This guy's appropriating the emerging Boogie Street lingo as part of his sales pitch for the free market economy.
You're trying to sound like a Biggie Street youth to peddle me this stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, ain't it cool, Ryder? Ain't it street?
It's not. It isn't. Yeah, you need some kind of regulation. Businesses of all kinds, big and small, have proven time and time again that they cannot handle being left to their own devices. They cannot self-regulate. They will not do it. Jamais vu. Revachol Special Administration Division, Lake Callio, the Insulating Ocean Coalition Government Insulated Mission Command. Name after name and another one familiar. They seem real, but something's wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Trouvon, the Apricot Company, the World Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch the corners, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the thoughts, the one you must truly complete. Derealization. Yeah, I know where my home is, and that I haven't got one right now. Indeed. Okay. Well, that was enlightening. So yeah, this kind of RPG is not really the one I typically tend to play. I tend to play RPGs that are much more combat focused and less story focused, but I can get into this once in a while. There's a girl up there. Did she spill the paint? Yeah, extremely once in a while. Like, I have to be in the right kind of mood. But the good thing about recording things is that it gives me a chance to play things that I wouldn't otherwise play. And I know the game is really well liked. So that's good enough for me. Can I go down here? Just a closed door, but you look at it suspiciously. Okay, so I've got to get into the side building. I can't get in through the front, they're not going to let me. I've got to get in through the side. Somehow. Okay, well I've explored all of this area now, which is good at least. So if I have a look at my journal of things I have to do. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Wednesday morning, so that's tomorrow. It's Tuesday right now. Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. Yes, that's finding smoke, so I'm not going to do that. Right. Let's call Sylvie. Or try to, at least. On the old intercom machine. Oh, I could also right-click to do interactables. Oh, that's much easier.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pull up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Kim, didn't Gart give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on.
The lieutenant takes a look
Her
at his
number
notes.
is 005 1944 298.
Okay.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Wait patiently.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
Fantastic.
Yes, hello?
A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. Sylvie, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
The old man still got it.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
I can't trust electrochemistry. Electrochemistry tries to get me to smoke. It just is just pure impulse all the time. I'm not going to try and sleep with this woman. That's also why I don't have I don't have a girlfriend or don't get dates. I can't trust my own internal dialogue otherwise either, because it has no logic. Right. Okay, you quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
That's fine.
Why not?
Okay. Did you leave because of Gart?
What? No, why would you even think that?
You told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen?
Please, don't bring Gart into this. It's none of your business.
Okay.
I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
Shit. Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires.
I see.
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
I see.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
Thank you.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer.
No, that's not what I mean.
The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
It's okay.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Kim doesn't have a uniform and he seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the Whirling?
Well, you try tried to jam it down the toilet, sir,
I understand.
clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
I understand that.
I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
Have you seen my policeman's uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform.
I see.
You had your things on. The disco things.
And my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, Detective.
I showed you my gun? When did that happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and
And what? What did I do?
you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
In the comfort of your own home, do what you want, I guess. Not in a fucking public place. Don't start waving a gun around and saying, oh, it'd be really fun if I blew my own brains out right now. Haha.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them.
Suicide jokes. Off of what?
You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains
Fucking
out,
hell.
off of that, people don't like that.
I'm socially completely inept. I wouldn't do that shit.
I remember this. You were screaming things like, my brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very
Why would I
nice
threaten to kill
visuals
myself?
there.
I mean, look at this world. I'd love to stay. I don't believe that. Okay, I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Why would I do that?
There is silence on the other end of the line.
Yes, but what happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
Right.
It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
Shit. I think I get everything I need. Thank you.
I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Wait, why does she seem angry with me?
No,
Shit.
she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart.
Are you okay? But I'm a guy. Sure, it isn't about me.
Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. You know how it is. Yak, yak, nag, nag.
That's not cool.
No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster.
I know it's a bit. People think it's a bit like beta cookie right now, but this is where I'm at. Joey, the person playing the video game, this is where I'm at. Like, I don't believe in this term as much as other people do, but I think there are certainly things like if your first instinct when you see a woman is, oh, I want to fuck her, and then if she says no, you say, oh, well, she must just be playing hard to get, or I have to do it because I don't want her to turn lonely in her old age, then that's not cool. Okay.
What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore?
Well, it's only honest from your own perspective, though. Not honest in the objective sense, which is what I care about.
You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with God himself.
Okay.
Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No, I'm not going to say any of those things.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
How dare you? Yes.
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
I'm done with the video for now.
7th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I mean, I do enjoy...
a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel.
And I said this before. I am actually extremely happy that the game lets you do these things. That it lets you be, in my opinion, an asshole. That's fine. Like, it's a video game, it's not real. So, do what you want. The problem is, and this is a bigger discussion that I'm not going to go into now, that I don't know how any streamer or YouTuber could pick those things and not be associated with it in a negative way. Because audiences aren't mature enough to understand and separate the difference between reality and fiction. And also people are looking for a fight all the time. And so they will just attack you for having wrong think if you act in a certain way, even if it's not real. Yeah, which is it's scary. So, let me pull out this toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Yes.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
I'm going to take the hand crank flashlight.
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue. Blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
I'm going to take a pry bar, but I don't want to pry things open. I'm going to take rubber handle chain cutters as well.
Are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
I'm going to push it in.
Pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio.
All right, let's see what these things are. What are the steering levers doing?
Suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
I like the way... I wish cars looked like this. Like, give me the old style of car, just with bigger fucking massive engines. Maybe make the wheels a little bit wider so they don't just skid off in the rain and you die at 100 miles an hour. Let's tap on the gauge.
The indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
How is it warm? Haven't we been here for like hours?
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
I see.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Okay. Right, so I made some inroads. Keep cool, search for the caller. Despite lacking any obvious leads, this might take some time. Ask Kuno if he knows anything about the victim's clothes in the trash. Who else has unauthorized access to the burning trash? Find this person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. It may take a while. So they're basically telling me don't bother about this right now because it's going to take you too long. Find a way to the secret passage. That's why I took the bolt cutters. Ask your station for additional funds. I could do that. I could do that. I'm not going to right now, but I could. Okay, so I don't need a flashlight right now. It'll annoy me more than help. People don't want their flashlights or torches blown in people's faces that would just annoy them. Yeah, so when there's a low light area, I'll put my torch on and I can see. Right. Hello, mate.
Can I help you?
I need to speak to Kuno, not you. I mean, he is exactly like super duper high. But I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to try and talk to him. If he calls me a pedo, I'm going to be upset. Because I'm only talking to him.
Can't you see I'm throwing rocks?
Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
About the crime scene, you kids often play in the yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
Dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. This might be a lead in investigation. Someone could have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Alright, entertain me. What's so great about these pants?
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
He's speaking with a Liverpudlian accent. He wouldn't say pants scientists, he'd say trouser scientists or jeans scientists, because we don't call trousers pants. We only call underwear pants. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic wrapped trousers. They are graphite black and look brand new.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. They will also make you into an idiot.
Wait, I asked you about what happened to his clothes. You must have seen him lying around.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
There are even words they won't say.
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
I have to ask. You don't know anything about the tampering investigation. I already have
Whatever.
pants.
Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
Ladder, ever climb it?
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
So you'd say the ladder is unclimbable?
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note
Not
in his
an
notebook.
acrobat.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Here, there's a stack of Eternite back there.
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks.
He's hiding something.
Are you hiding something?
Pig, if Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden.
Okay.
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
Okay, I might have questions later for now. Let's talk
Yeah,
about something
whatever.
else.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I've got to ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
Okay.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Interesting. You refer to yourself in the third person to distance yourself from the situation.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying, trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
Kuno S, you fucking listen to me.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
I'm just going to leave.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
I will chop off your fingers with my cutters.
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. We alright? You wanna get fucked again? Come back.
I will destroy you. I don't know who I am. For all I know, I'm a mentally deranged monster.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Why am I looking at this pile of roof material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite.
Yes.
That's why they're too orderly.
Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
What's all this then? Right, let me take a... Get my morale back. Get my health back. Heal up to full. Okay. See you guys next time when we investigate this shed. And chop off some kids' fingers. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. Not yet. Not yet. Be a different man. Be better. Be better, Joey. Be better. See you then. Goodbye.